Hi there, it's Wednesday the 15th of September 2021. We're continuing to look at our theme this month of mission on our doorstep and the call that all of us have as Christians to mission, to reach out with God's love and God's life in the communities in which we live. And in particular this week we're looking at community engagement, how these first contacts we have with people, how they work best, how to pursue community engagement with different people. We're looking at Jesus and how he did that in Mark's Gospel chapters 3 to 5. And yesterday we saw how Jesus engaged with his family who were concerned about him. He didn't acknowledge their illegitimate concerns. He did understand their legitimate concerns, but it did not distract him from doing the work of the ministry of establishing the kingdom of God, and neither should it distract us either. And secondly, we're looking at how Jesus engaged with contentious people. Mark chapter 3 verse 22, the teachers of the law who came down to Jerusalem said to Jesus, "You are possessed by Beelzebub. By the prince of demons you are driving out demons." Jesus, of course, was ministering to people who were possessed by evil spirits, by demons, and setting them free. But Jesus called them and spoke to them in parables. How can Satan drive out Satan? And he goes on to speak to him and says, look, that doesn't make sense. You're saying that by the power of demons I am driving out demons? That doesn't make sense. How can Satan drive out Satan? How can a kingdom divided stand? That just doesn't make sense. And so he challenged them in their beliefs, and he spoke to them, and he did not allow them to continue with their contention, but he actually addressed that contention head on. It's not easy for us to address contention head on, is it? Most of us, I think, would rather avoid any contention. Most of us would rather it wasn't there. Some of us might even go further and be like the ostrich and want to just stick our head in the sand and just pretend it doesn't even exist. But all of us, of course, will, if we are engaging with people in any meaningful way in life, we will have to at some times deal with contentious people. As I say, sometimes people who have contentions against us, and sometimes just contentions against the world at large, and we happen to be part of it. What Jesus did was he spoke to those who had contention. He didn't avoid, he didn't run away. He spoke to the people who had contention, and in particular in this situation, contention against him. And he addressed their contention. He tried to explain to them why their contention did not make sense. He tried to help the people understand what their contention was, what were the roots of the contention. And if there was any error in their beliefs, he tried to correct that. Now that's not always easy to do. As we know only too well, sometimes people have tried to address the contention that we have and try to help us see how what we are being annoyed about or contentious about is not right. It's very difficult for us even to acknowledge that. But that's the way Jesus dealt with it. He did not run away. He did not ignore it. He tried to help people, even contentious people, by engaging with them, trying to explain to them, trying to help them see what the truth was. And ultimately not run away from the truth that he was standing up for, but continue to show that and demonstrate that. And if we will continue to engage with people in that way, even contentious people, then hopefully they might see the truth. God bless you. Speak to you again tomorrow.